Hello friends, hello viewers. This is chemistry. Specifically, this question is very important for those who take POs, okay? So if you are new to this channel, do the subscription likewise, okay? So the question is saying the position of aluminium in the reactivity series of metals is shown below. So we are having magnesium, aluminium, zinc, and copper. So question A is saying aluminium is extracted by the electrolysis of its molten oxide, which is aluminium oxide. So according to this diagram, we are having waste gases, and also we are having also the carbon anode. So the anode, it is a positive charge. It is a positive charge. And also we are having on this side here, which is the carbon cathode, which is the negative charge. Apart from that one, we also have the mixture of aluminium oxide and cryolite. Apart from that one, we also have the sheet of aluminium or the molten aluminium settled at the bottom. So in this case, the last one is the temperature of 900 degrees Celsius. So in an exam, they can ask you to give them the conditions which are required during the extraction of aluminium from its ore. The first one, it is the temperature of 900 degrees Celsius and also the presence of cryolite. Okay, so those are the conditions. So Roman numeral number is saying name the main ore of aluminium. So the main ore of aluminium, it is called bauxite. Okay, it is called what? Bauxite, which is Bauxite, bauxite. Okay, then as for Roman numeral number 2 is saying, why does the molten electrolyte contain cryolite? Why does the molten electrolyte contain cryolite? So the reason why they put cryolite during the extraction of aluminium from aluminium oxide, it is to lower the melting point and the boiling point of aluminium. So in this case here, if you say to lower the boiling point and melting point of aluminium, it is wrong, okay? Start with what? Melting point and end with the boiling point. Okay, so it is just to lower the melting point and the boiling point of aluminium oxide. That's all. Then as for Roman numeral number 3 is saying oxygen is produced at the positive electrode, which is the anode. Name another gas which is given off at this electrode. So the name of the gas or the other gas, it is carbon dioxide, which is CO2, okay? Yes. Then as for B saying aluminium reacts with, aluminium reacts very slowly with aqueous copper 2 sulfate. Aluminium reacts very slowly with aqueous copper 2 sulfate. So aluminium plus copper 2 sulfate, what is going to be produced here? It is aluminium sulfate plus copper. Now, as for the first one, it is saying, which is Roman numeral number 1, which of the two metals has the greater tendency to form ions? So the first thing here, you need to understand the term ion. So an ion, it is just an electronic charged particle of an element. An electronic charged particle of an element. Now for an element to form an ion, which means an element should undergo ionization. And ionization is the ability of an element to lose or give out electrons or gain electrons, or to receive what? Electrons. So once an element loses electrons or gains electrons, it is going to become an ion. Okay, so in this case here, I'm going to use the chemical formula to determine which one here is having the greater tendency to form ions. So in this case here, as you can see, the products which is going to be produced here, or the products that I'm having here, as for aluminium sulfate, this shows that these three here, it is coming from aluminium. So which means aluminium is forming a positively charged of 3, okay, or plus 3. Then as for copper, as you can see from the reagents here, sulfate, it has the valence of 2, which means here, even copper is going to have the what? The valence of what? Of 2. Since here, as you can see, the chemical formula of copper sulfate or copper 2 sulfate, this shows that when you do the assumption here, what I mean here is more like this. Copper is having the valence of 2 and also sulfate is having the valence of 2. So from there now they are going to exchange their valences. Once they exchange their valences, you are going to find what? The common denominator, which is what? 2. As the result, the 2's they are going to cancel each other. As the result, copper 2 sulfate is going to look like this. Okay? So in this case here, a metal which is having or which is giving out more electrons is going to have a greater tendency to form ions. So in this case here, it is what? Aluminium. Aluminium, this is because aluminium, it is giving 3 electrons. It is giving what? 3 electrons. But as for copper, it is only giving 2 electrons. That's all. Then as for Roman numeral number 2, it is saying, describe what you would see when this reaction occurs. Okay? So you're going to find that when this reaction occurs, so what is going to be seen? It is what? Red copper. What is going to be seen? It is what? Red copper. And aluminium sulfate is going to dissolve. Aluminium sulfate is going to dissolve. That's all. Then as for Roman number 3 is saying, explain why aluminium reacts so slowly. Explain why aluminium reacts so slowly. So the reason why aluminium reacts so slowly, this is because aluminium is not reactive. It is not a reactive metal. It is not a reactive metal. Apart from that one, you're going to find that when aluminium reacts with oxygen, it is going to form a metal oxide, which is aluminium oxide. So that layer enables aluminium not to be reactive. If you compare the reaction between aluminium and potassium, you are going to find that potassium is very reactive compared to what? Aluminium.